get out of here. No. It only numbs it for a minute. And then there's more pain, and there's more issues, and there's more pain, and there's... Oh.
Heat is an invisible enemy, silent and unrelenting. In most places, the weather is a conversation starter. In Phoenix, Arizona, it is a death sentence. Imagine a city where the pavement radiates heat like a stovetop, registering temperatures high enough to cause second-degree burns in seconds. Imagine a place where the air itself feels like it is stealing the moisture from your lungs with every breath. Now, imagine you have nowhere to go. No door to lock, no air conditioning to hum you to sleep, no tap to turn for cool, clean water. It doesn't have a good ending if I don't get out of here. A voice whispers from the shadows of an underpass. This is not a dramatic overstatement. It is a calculated assessment of survival. In Phoenix, 70% of the homeless population does not go to a shelter. The reasons are complex, ranging from overcrowding to fear. But the consequence is simple. They are left exposed to the elements. In the winter, you might survive a cold night in a sleeping bag. But in the summer, when the mercury doesn't drop below 90 degrees even at 3 in the morning, there's no sleeping bag that can save you from the heat. Welcome to Homeless US News. We are here to uncover the stories that the gleaming skylines try to hide. Today, we take you to the heart of the American Southwest, to a city where the sun is no longer a source of life, but a relentless predator. As the Phoenix skyline grows, reaching ever higher into the scorched blue sky, so does the shadow of a silent crisis. For nearly 10,000 people, the sidewalks are not just pathways. They are burning surfaces that offer no refuge. Here, homelessness isn't just about the lack of a roof. It is a desperate, daily calculation of endurance against a climate that has become a weapon. In this modern American desert, the struggle to stay hydrated and find a sliver of shade is the difference between life and death. This is a crisis unfolding before our eyes, and it is burning out of control.
In Phoenix, Arizona, 70% of the people that are homeless do not go to shelter. 2 reasons. One, the weather, you can't freeze to death, not even in the wintertime. It's gonna get 30 degrees, but it'll be at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So if you're in a sleeping bag, you ain't gonna freeze.
Right.
I was fighting every day because we had them group of people who've been bullying people there.
Part 1. The Anatomy of a Heat Wave. The savage heat wave engulfs Phoenix, transforming the city into a colossal desert sprawl laced with over 9,000 miles of blistering roadways. Amid a population of 1.6 million people, thousands are forsaken to the scorching void. Their world is shattering beneath an unyielding sun. This devastation ignites in full view, fierce and unfiltered. The Maricopa Association of Governments 2025 point-in-time count hurled a brutal reality at us. 9,734 people were ensnared in this nightmare. On one oppressive January morning, this record pinnacle rose 3% from the last count. But the most terrifying statistic is the unsheltered population. Over 5,000 individuals are utterly exposed to the blaze. This represents a 28% escalation in unsheltered homelessness, a number that obliterates any notion of safety nets or safeguards. Hundreds of new faces are propelled into this hellish expanse each year. Dwellings dissolve into vapor and eviction notice, a foreclosure, a family dispute driving them to drag valuables in shredded packs, seize restless repose on searing grounds, and melt into a fog of derangement that excavates the soul. At Homeless US News, we believe these harrowing disclosures unveil the true torment of the crisis. It is the suffocating strain of plodding through detached crowds, carrying every item you own on your back. It is the shredding seclusion of evading glances from people who look through you, as if you are invisible. It is the existential fatigue from a life balanced on the precipice of ruin, where dawn after dawn rekindles the burn of exile. Families are compacted in stifling enclosures, cars that turn into ovens, tents that trap the heat. Ambitions are charred to cinders. Lone silhouettes evaporate in the urban haze. Their suppressed wails echo our latent frailties, serving as a severe caution that one misstep could consume anyone's asylum. Immerse yourself further in these genuine American underbelly tales with us. Here, Endurance exposes the heart of concealed domains. We ask you to look, really look, at what is happening. If these scorching truths kindle your compassion, your support helps us continue this vital endeavor. By encountering these fiery torments together, we kindle a subtle drive to alleviate them as a community, crafting links of empathy that persevere for everyone. Part 2. The Economic Meltdown. To understand why the sidewalks are full, we must look at the ledger. At the heart of Phoenix's homelessness surge lie raw economic forces that dismantle lives. With the precision of a surgeon, skyrocketing rents and burdensome taxes are stripping away stability for everyday people, turning the middle class into the working poor, and the working poor into the homeless. In Arizona, property taxes have climbed 15% since 2024. According to the Arizona Department of Revenue's latest figures, this compounds the pain for low-wage earners in a city where median rents have hit $1,800 monthly. This is a 25% jump in just 5 years. As tracked by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, this financial vice grips tightly. It squeezes the elderly on fixed incomes, the single mothers working 2 jobs, and the veterans waiting on benefits. This is happening amid a staggering 270,000 unit affordable housing shortage in Maricopa County. The Arizona Housing Coalition documented this shortage, noting that it forces hundreds onto the streets annually. Evictions have spiked 40% following the expiration of pandemic-era funding cuts, creating a tsunami of displacement. Mental health strains and substance dependencies weave into this economic tapestry. The Phoenix Rescue Mission's 2025 data shows these as key triggers for 60% of cases. However, it is crucial to understand that these issues are often sparked by the trauma of poverty itself. Job losses in volatile sectors like hospitality, which employs over 150,000 people, yet offers no buffer against rising costs, can be the catalyst. These are not distant woes happening to other people. They are the gut-wrenching slide from paycheck to paycheck living. It is the eviction notice that shatters family routines. It is the mounting debts from high utility taxes that devour savings. It is the quiet despair of health crises without affordable care, leaving souls adrift without a home to anchor them. On Homeless U.S. News, these truths unveil the human toll. We see the exhaustion of juggling multiple gigs only to fall short on rent. We feel the ache of uprooted dreams in a booming city that leaves many behind. The Maricopa Association of Governments count shocked the nation with a 28% rise to nearly 5,000 unsheltered individuals. This surge is driven by unchecked pressures that could ensnare anyone in a moment of misfortune. Sense the fragility, the way one layoff or medical bill cascades into loss, turning familiar comforts into unreachable memories. Yet, in sharing these stories, we glimpse our mutual vulnerabilities. We softly stir a sense of communal care to address these fractures. What if a financial setback upended your security? Could it strike you? Stay tuned through these authentic American realities where deeper insights await. Part 3. Voices swallowed by the heat. In Phoenix's unyielding summer furnace, temperatures barrel past 110 degrees Fahrenheit for over 30 consecutive days. As recorded by the National Weather Service in 2025, this heat does not just burn, it silences. The calls for help from those without shelter evaporate into thin air, lost in a void where exhaustion takes precedence over expression. The searing heat commandeers nearly every shred of stamina. When your body temperature rises, your brain prioritizes basic functions. Speaking, pleading, even thinking clearly becomes a luxury. Survival outweighs the ability to articulate needs. As the hum of the city's 10 major freeways swallows stories that never reach those positioned to act, hundreds are swept into these unheard wanderings each year. Their appeals for water or rest drift without response, forming a heavy silence around lives trapped in quiet desperation. On Homeless U.S. News, these vanished echoes sharpen into focus. We reveal the human cost behind the silence. Voices weakened by dehydration, rasping for a drop of water, eyes searching for recognition, for someone to see them as human. Hope thinning as pleas dissolve unanswered in the shimmering heat waves. With midday UV levels peaking at 11 extreme on the index, outreach becomes harder. Volunteers and social workers struggle to stay out in the heat themselves, deepening isolation along every exhausted path. The Maricopa Association of Governments data exposed the scale, homelessness reaching a record high, showing how easily these cries fade amidst stretched systems. Absorb the weight of these unseen orals, the solitude of paths walked without notice, the quiet burden of needs left unmet. Yet, by bringing them forward on Homeless US News, a shared humanity endures. We refuse to let these voices be forgotten. What if the heat silenced your own call for help? Could it happen to any of us? Imagine falling on the sidewalk, too weak to rise, as cars speed by, their drivers oblivious in their air-conditioned bubbles. Continue with us through these real American stories. By listening, you help ensure no voice disappears unheard. Part 4. The physical toll of the inferno. The raw fury of Phoenix's sonoran desert unleashes a merciless assault. It scorches over 500,000 acres of land into a brutal furnace that spares no one exposed. Temperatures claw up to 113 degrees Fahrenheit on the hottest days, turning the air into a suffocating haze that saps vitality from every pore. Without walls or roofs, survival morphs into a grueling battle against your own biology. Bodies are drenched in relentless sweat, losing vital salts and minerals. Throats are parched, constantly seeking distant water sources. Nights are hijacked by the urban heat island effect, where concrete and asphalt release trapped heat, jacking up overnight lows by 10 degrees. This means the city never cools down. There is no respite. This endless blaze erodes the spirit, leaving hundreds ejected onto the streets annually. Their world shrinks to ragged backpacks and futile quests for shade. They seek refuge in the city's 16 public libraries, only to be moved along when closing time comes. On Homeless US News, these unfiltered truths expose the gut-wrenching void. We see clothes stiff with grime that never dry because of the sweat. We see meals scavenged under a sun that rots food in minutes. We see the bone-deep fatigue from lying on pavement that radiates heat like molten rock. Chicken with the dirty rice, man, someone mutters, grateful for a meal, but knowing it won't change the temperature. The absence of basics gnaws relentlessly. No locked door for safety, no cool corner for reprieve. Just a stark hunger for stability that slips further away in the glare. The 28% explosion in unsheltered individuals screams how fragile our footing truly is, how one slip can hurl anyone into this inferno of endurance. The heat doesn't just burn skin, it fractures resolve. It amplifies every lack into a symphony of suffering, where simple acts like resting become Herculean feats. Yet amid this crucible, glimpses of unyielding humanity emerge. People share water, strangers offer hats. These moments pull at our core to acknowledge the shared threads of vulnerability. On Homeless US News, these narratives etch themselves into memory, urging a quiet reckoning with our interconnected fates. What if fate's cruel twist dropped you into the searing void? How close is that edge for us all? Press on with us through these piercing American realities, where each revelation binds us tighter in understanding. In the face of such trials, our collective empathy becomes the quiet force that tempers the blaze, reminding us that no one should weather this storm solo. Part 5. The indignity of grime. Living without access to running water or private spaces changes a person. Daily life for those without shelter in Phoenix devolves into a constant struggle against accumulating grime and the erosion of personal dignity. Public restrooms average just 1 per 10 square miles in downtown areas, according to city infrastructure maps from 2025. This scarcity forces makeshift solutions like hurried rinses in fountains or streams, leaving bodies layered with dust and sweat. Under humidity levels dipping below 20%, the sweat hardens into a second skin. It cracks and bleeds. This scarcity breeds persistent odors that cling to clothing and hair. It turns every interaction into a silent barrier. In a metro area swelling with over 4.5 million residents, the air itself amplifies the discomfort of uncleanliness. Hundreds slide into this exposed routine each year, Their days are marked by the quiet humiliation of searching for hidden corners to handle basic needs. They wipe away filth with discarded rags or ignore the persistent itch of skin aggravated by the unyielding dryness. On Homeless U.S. News, these intimate details lay bare the human cost. It is the way dirt embeds itself into folds of fabric, stealing away the fresh scent of renewal. It is the longing for a proper shower that washes more than just the surface. It restores a sense of self. It is the subtle ache of carrying that burden through crowded streets, where the lack of hygiene invites distant stares from onlookers. These stares widen the gulf of isolation, making one feel like a shadow in their own city. The Maricopa County Office of the Medical Examiner's data delivers a stark wake-up call. A 35% rise in health vulnerabilities tied to ongoing unclean conditions among the unsheltered. This number underscores how quickly such deprivations can compound. Minor discomforts turn into overwhelming hurdles. Infections spread. Mental health deteriorates under the shame. Sense the weight of unwashed days piling up. The sticky residue on skin that no breeze can shake. The embarrassment of odors that precede you. The deep-seated yearning for the simple privacy of a closed door where cleanliness isn't a luxury, but a right. Yet woven through these hardships on Homeless U.S. News are strands of quiet resilience. We see people trying to maintain their appearance with limited means, fighting for their dignity. This evokes a profound empathy that reminds us of our common vulnerabilities. What if unforeseen circumstances denied you these essentials? How might it alter your sense of belonging? Delve deeper with us into these genuine American experiences. Each revelation fosters greater connection. By acknowledging these unseen struggles, we cultivate a collective warmth that eases the chill of isolation, affirming that dignity is a thread binding us all. Part 6: Lifelines in the Desert. Amid the escalating challenges in Maricopa County, where the point-in-time count tallied a staggering 9,734 individuals experiencing homelessness, a web of community initiatives emerges. These programs provide essential lifelines and foster gradual recovery. The surge in numbers means hundreds more are thrust onto the streets annually. Their days are filled with the quiet anguish of uncertainty, scavenging for meals that might spoil in the heat, enduring restless nights without secure rest, or facing the emotional toll of separation from loved ones. All while the absence of a home amplifies every small hardship into an overwhelming burden. Yet, there is hope. Programs like Vincent D. Paul's housing initiative intervened for over 39,000 Arizonans in 2025. They more than doubled their initial targets by focusing on proactive measures, such as utility bill aid and eviction prevention. They quietly averted the slide into deeper instability for families teetering on the edge. On Homeless U.S. News, we illuminate these grounded responses. We show you mobile outreach vans traversing vast residential zones to distribute water and connect individuals to medical check-ins. We take you inside cooling centers operating extended hours to offer a momentary haven. From the sweltering outdoors, we introduce you to dedicated caseworkers who listen to personal stories, tailoring support to rebuild shattered routines. The Heat Relief Network is gearing up for expansion, collaborating with over 100 locations countrywide. They ensure that hydration packs and shaded rests reach those who might otherwise succumb to the exhaustion of constant exposure. Meanwhile, the Arizona Shelter Network has launched a unified front by local providers to streamline access to safe beds and reduce rejection rates by 25%. These efforts tackle the raw vulnerability of those turned away in the dead of night. They weave in longer-term threads like job skills workshops, helping participants reclaim a sense of purpose amid the disorienting fog of displacement. In sharing these stories on Homeless U.S. News, we see how such actions honor the human struggle. They ease the weight of solitude and scarcity, one compassionate step at a time. What if a life twist placed you in their shoes, relying on these supports? Could it happen sooner than we imagine? Continue alongside us to grasp the fuller picture of these American journeys. Empathy reveals the true fabric of our communities. Through this shared commitment, we nurture a gentle reminder that extending understanding can transform individual hardships into collective strength, lightening the path for those who walk it daily. Conclusion: a prayer for the forgotten. Envision a shift from the current hardships. Phoenix's long-term strategies aim to carve out sustainable routes away from the streets, addressing the deep-seated lacks that leave people exposed. The absence of stable shelter means endless days of uncertainty, where the basic comfort of a secure space eludes grasp. Hundreds are cast into this vulnerable state each year. Their hearts are heavy with the ache of disconnection from the rhythms of housed life. On Homeless US News, we explore these forward paths to highlight how targeted planning can mend these fractures. As the sun sets over the Sonoran Desert, painting the sky in hues of purple and orange, the heat lingers, but so does the hope. In the gentle hush of Phoenix's twilight, where Camelback Mountain stands sentinel over the valley, the woven tales of those without a steady refuge draw to a close. They leave behind echoes of quiet strength and unspoken yearnings. The record high numbers whisper of lives upended. The simple warmth of a home slips away, replaced by the tender ache of nights under vast skies. Belongings are bundled close like fragile dreams, and soft sorrows echo in footsteps without destination. On Homeless US News, these gentle narratives unfold to touch the heart. We reveal the everyday poetry of perseverance, the quiet longing for a door that welcomes, the subtle grace in seeking solace amid the sprawl, the profound humanity that blooms even in the barren stretches of struggle. It is here, in the raw authenticity of lacking a haven, that we glimpse the deep vulnerabilities we all share. The way absence carves spaces in the soul, filling them with resilient whispers of hope that endure through weary days. The Arizona Housing Coalition's statewide tally further softens our gaze, highlighting our pivotal role in this mosaic where one unforeseen whisper of hardship can redraw anyone's path into the shadows. Yet in this shared reflection, a gentle call rises to extend hands in quiet solidarity. We weave threads of kindness that mend the unseen tears. We remind ourselves that every act of understanding nurtures the light within us all. What if life's soft curve led you to wander those same paths? Might it awaken a deeper kindness? Linger with us in these tender American portraits where each nuance reveals the beauty in our common journey. If these whispers of resilience caress your spirit, please leave a like on this video. It helps these stories reach further. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice matters in this conversation. And most importantly, subscribe to Homeless US News. Join us as we continue to shine a light on the unseen, to amplify the voices of the unheard, and to advocate for a future where everyone has a place to call home. As we pause in serene contemplation, let this prayer float gently. May tender shelter and compassionate hearts embrace those on Phoenix's sun-kissed trails. May they find whispers of peace and belonging in their quiet hours. In these moments of connection, we discover the gentle truth that empathy's embrace heals us all, one heartfelt step at a time. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay compassionate.